Hi friends, in today's video, let us discuss and learn about vendor and supplier. We will understand who is a vendor and who is a supplier. First, let us define who is a vendor and who is a supplier, and later we will understand the difference between these two. So who is a vendor? A vendor is someone who will offer a product to a customer for a sale. He is the last party in the supply chain who makes the goods and services available to the company or to a customer. So this is called vendor. So now let us understand who is a supplier. A supplier is one whose primary work is to provide goods and services required by the company or business. Here the supplier may provide the goods and products in bulk to the organization which is purchasing certain products. Supplier is the first link in the supply chain management. So friends, now that we have understood the definition, now let us understand the major difference between the vendor and the supplier. So the vendor has a B2C model that is called as business to customer model. Here the vendor will sell the goods and services to the customer, and the supplier has a B2B model that is called as business to business model. Here the supplier will produce the goods and services required by the organization. That is, the supplier sells or supplies to the business organizations. So friends, before proceeding further, let us understand who all are involved in the supply chain system. So in the supply chain system, the first one is supplier, then comes the manufacturer, third one is distributor, and then the fourth one is vendor, and finally we have a customer. So all these are part of the supply chain system. So now coming to the second difference between the vendor and a supplier. Vendor is the last link in the supply chain, whereas the supplier is the first link in the supply chain as we see now. So now coming to the objective, the vendor sells the goods to the final consumer, but whereas the supplier makes the goods available to the people who only need it as required. So in other words, we can say that the supplier aims at providing the goods to the business entity who need it, whereas the vendor will sell the products to the ultimate customer. And the fourth difference is that vendor keeps a wide range of products or goods and provide them to the end customers or end users in small lots, whereas the supplier will supply only a specific type of goods to the manufacturer in the bulk quantities. So in short, we can tell that the supplier sell the goods to the business for the purpose of resale, and vendor sell the goods to the customers for their own use rather than reselling it. Both supplier and vendor play an important role in the supply chain system. The major difference between a vendor and supplier lies in the purpose of the sale. That is, when the goods sold by the vendor to another party for the purpose of resale, here the vendor will be called as supplier. In the same way, if the supplier supplies the goods directly to the final consumer, then he will be called as a vendor. So friends, this was the brief discussion about the vendor and the supplier. Hope you liked the video. If you liked the video, then please hit the like button and please subscribe to my channel to get such more updates in the future, and thanks for watching.